Now, okay, welcome back to the third session. It will finish at 5 o'clock, as you know. In the third session, we will work with the book. We will resolve the one version from Lyceum. I hope that will be helpful for you. We will do the whole reading section and the writing. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, the task 2 is that I will give as a homework. I will show it here. We will discuss together, and then you will take it as the homework. Do you see the first one?
Yes.
Yes. Can you read it?
Yes.
Some school.
Monica, was it homework?
No, it's not. I will give it as a homework.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, as I told you for the break session, I will not give the homework because I wanted to relax. Finished reading?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
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 Yes? Okay, then let's see.
I agree that it must be entertaining.
It must be entertaining, really.
Yes.
Well, there
Why
are
it
lots of
should be
places for
entertaining?
entertaining.
Because the lessons won't be boring.
Do you call my lessons boring?
No.
No.
No. If school's more entertaining, its affects to pupils' study.
Okay.
Your
so
lessons
now we have...
educational and entertaining. Both of them.
Thank you. Okay, so about the school, some say that they should be more entertaining, but others at the same time, here we have while, yes? So it means they are comparing one view with another. So the sole purpose should be only to educate. Okay, now my question to you, why do you go to school?
To learn.
Because it's education for
Study.
To study. Yes.
To talk with girls.
He has to mention the girls that he talked to. Okay, so why do you go to amusement parks? To attractions? What's the purpose of
Enjoy, to relax.
To relax,
Yes,
to have
enjoy.
fun, to enjoy, yes. Yeah, so every place that you go has its own purpose. So if you want to entertain yourself, then you should be going to amusement parks, to attractions, because their sole purpose is to entertain you. But when you go to school, it means you have to learn, you have to study, you have to grab some knowledge. So you can argue, it's one of the ways of arguing if you are taking that their sole purpose is to educate. Okay, now the essay, does it ask us to take one side or discuss both?
No, one side.
One side.
Compare.
Which do you agree? It doesn't want us to compare. The task itself is comparing, but from you, they're requiring to pick one side. How do we know that it's asking us to pick one side? What's the key word here?
Which side do you agree with?
You.
Or to what extent?
They are directly asking you which side do you agree with. So you have to take one side. It's the same as to what extent do you agree essays, where you have to only settle with one side and you have to only give the arguments that will support your own arguments. Okay, now, do we have people who are going for that, yes, the school's main purpose should be to entertain?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or they have to be more entertaining?
I think
they have to be
it's more
More entertaining.
But purpose not entertaining.
We don't need to only study and
it haven't to be look like something
yes
to say. It doesn't look like I don't know how to emphasize this. I mean, to get the lesson more entertaining, it will attract children to go to school with a big desire, and therefore they could develop their
They
results.
could think alternatives than others.
So the entertaining, the teacher can provide the same information, but in the more interesting ways.
Они могут
Okay.
мыслить неординарно.
They'll
Yeah.
have motivation to study.
When the lessons are more entertaining, not entertaining fully, but more free, then all the students can participate. Not only few, for example, in schools, how to say, the lesson only lasts 45 minutes, and in the 45 minutes, it's all about being serious, only about focusing on certain topic, only about checking the homework. So they don't go beyond, they don't give the freedom to the students, and they don't do any entertaining work, for example, playing games or doing the quizzes. So it's all about the seriousness, all about academic stuff. So yeah, then it can motivate, it can attract and engage more students. What does it mean, engage more students? Engage means involve. More students will get involved into the lesson.
Вовлекать.
Yeah, you know, when the atmosphere is more friendly, you are not scared to say something. You are not scared to speak up, right?
Yes.
But when an environment
Yes.
is so toxic, when everyone talks about some serious stuff, you intimidate yourself and you are quite shy or scared. So yeah, this is a good point. Now, can you give me a point for the sole purpose should be only to educate? Why?
When it's more education and have more, for example,
Hard to concentrate. Yeah, some students find it hard to concentrate when it's all about the fun. When there is a music playing or too free, everyone is loudly speaking, it's hard to concentrate. Valeria, well done. It's hard to concentrate. Okay, more points. Now we have 1 and 1. For this one, we also have support. Some students do not have the borders. Okay.
What does it mean, borders?
Limit.
range.
Yeah, Jurbaeva, you're correct. Now, can you give me one more point that why it should be more entertaining? Why it should be only about education?
When it's more education, it have more Olympic games, for example, education Olympic games, and people can be more involved into school education.
Will help
Okay.
Try to be
to
more active.
pass an exam at the university.
Okay, how many hours do you spend at school?
7 maximum.
Yes.
7.
Maximum
10 hours.
10 hours. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
we have students who stay till the end, and we have Saidadip who leaves after the half.
No, it's because in Russian, another way, they have a lot of
Oh, yeah. What?
break session between
Oh yes,
classes. For
Sivara
example,
is from Russia. I'm sorry, I forgot.
But I'm from
I-
Uzbekistan.
I forgot that
And
Sivara
I
and
You
Camila,
study
they are
in
in
private school.
Russia.
right?
they
Yeah.
have a very unusual structure.
Yep.
I told you
Okay. Now look, you spend at school only 7 hours a day. So this 7 hours should be dedicated to the study in order for you to focus. For example, as I said, one lesson lasts 45 minutes. If in this 45 minutes the student will do the entertaining, if the teacher will try to perform better by making some games or doing some relaxation exercise or something else, it means that you don't have time to focus or to concentrate on things that are more important. So you will go off topic from the lesson, and your main point will be to entertain yourself, to have fun.
No,
So these are
No
teacher
choice.
can provide information in the way of
Okay.
entertaining.
Yes.
provide information. How? Camila?
Huh?
Provide information. How?
In a games, in a picture,
Yes, we are
it's more
different
entertaining, and in a picture, it's easier to remember the information.
Okay.
Some
Thank you.
interesting videos.
Yeah, visual aids, videos, listenings, pictures, these all will help. Okay, Valeria is saying that children can go wild.
Psychological side to entertain is more better.
When they're it's entertaining, the person this information became memorable for them.
Yes, it will be
Easier
easier
to
for them.
memorize rather reading the book that information.
Because reading
Okay,
the
now
book
we
is
have
more
2
boring.
points for this side and 2 points for this one. So the points we're given for more entertaining is will motivate more, will engage more students, will attract more students. Next one is that when you provide information by using the visual aids like pictures, videos, audios, or anything that is more entertaining can help the students to memorize better, because memorizing something that was conducted in a very formal manner and compared to what's been in a friendly manner, it's easier to remember the one that's closer to you, closer to your age group. And for the sole purposes, when there's entertainment, it's hard to focus because not all the students can concentrate while there is a noise going on. Or some students, they don't like when you are exceeding the academic stuff and you are doing something else. They like to when everything is fit into the purpose. And next one is children may go out of control. And we all know that we have some wild students. Yes, and they can control themselves, and it can be an extra work for the teachers when they want to conduct a more entertaining lesson. So now we have 2 to 2, and you are free to choose your side and write an essay as a homework. It's the first option. Is it clear now how to write this essay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and please do follow the structure that I gave you from the PPTs. I will send the PPTs after the 3rd session. And please use the examples, good ones, good signal words, good devices. Screenshots? Yeah, you can.
Where is the background has blue color is not visible.
I can send the video to you. But you heard the points, right?
Yes.
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 My memory is so bad, and I will remember.
Okay, I will combine them with my arguments. Actually, students, when you don't understand the essay or email, you can always message me and ask in person how to start this email or how to start this task too, or how to organize my essay. What kind of arguments can I include? I have few students from this class who messages me before writing an essay, and I'm very happy for that. Please do write it, but write to the correct Telegram, so I will get this message, because you write into different ones and sometimes I don't use that one. So please contact me into the right.
We have to
Can
write...
you write real science notes?
Yes, to real science, if you write, I will immediately respond.
But what is the account do you use?
I will message here, okay?
Oh, okay, thanks.
Marika, can I ask?
Yes?
What is the last word in sole purpose? I don't see it.
This one.
Yes, the last word.
Educate.
No. Move, work for...
More work for teachers.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now we can move to the next one. If you forget the arguments, you can message and ask. This is the second one.
Miss Malika, do the IELTS examiner give overall 40 minutes for task 1 and task 2?
No, they give 1 hour. Task 2 is 40 minutes.
Oh, it's
Task.
too much time.
Yes.
It's enough time.
Yes.
It's not too much.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
for
great.
IELTS, they give a little more
Usable
compared
time.
to Lyceum. This is not for Lyceum students. Lyceum students, you
Okay.
have less time. Half of it.
Because when I tried to do the writing online, they gave me only 40 minutes for both of them.
Maybe because it's online, they thought that you type faster. But when it's paper-based exam, you will get 1 hour.
Miss, do you know what kind of test will be there?
I'm sorry? Dordona, what did you ask? Dordona, you asked something.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, can you repeat your question?
I just
I'm sorry.
asked, do you know what kind of test will be there?
What kind of task? Yes. After this task 2, we will do one version from the past paper, and you will see that similarity, like similar paper that you will have in the exam. Full paper, we will do it today. What does mean explain your opinion?
We should
Tell the
explain
word
our
your
opinion.
Word argument.
Support.
It means every point that you give must be explained well.
Yeah.
So do not
You have to
list my
convince.
first argument and you state the argument, and then after you jump to the second argument, then you jump to the third argument, and somehow you find the third one. So when it's asking you explain, even if it doesn't ask you to explain, you must explain it. It's logical. They expect it from you. Please do explain your one argument in 2-3 sentences. Avoid listing. Never list your arguments. For listing, you will get 0 mark. Okay, now, which side do you take? Do you agree with this one, that university students nowadays have too much freedom and do not study enough? Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but no to.
How many people agree with it?
I see all of us.
Reaction.
I agree.
Okay, who disagrees?
I disagree.
Disagree.
Okay, it feels like, what about others? You are balanced view? 3 people said yes, 3 people said no. What about others? What about other 40 people?
They
Here,
are neutrals.
I do not answer because I'm shortage of idea for this.
okay, but here you are not allowed to be neutral. You cannot say I take both sides or I agree with both sides. It's not allowed. Take one side and explain it. So let's agree. Let's say agree that yes, we think that they are lazy. They do nothing.
No, they don't. They do not study enough. They study too much.
They study too much. Okay, first they have too much freedom and they do not study enough. So we agree with this one. Why you are agreeing with this one? Why?
Because they
the
feel themselves that they are high educated and
they're already highly educated and too smart to study?
yes, they feel themselves in such a way.
It's quite a weak argument. You can't
It's
explain it.
vice versa, because in university you have to work harder than at school to pass the exam and сдать работы.
That's the thing. At the university, students only study to pass the exam, not to learn. In order to pass, you don't have to work that hard.
The students, aside from study, they work. More of students, or they have a little time to study. When they work, they can give good practice.
Valeria is saying that there is a lack of control from the administration, so that's why they do not study. It's actually somehow true, because at the university, no one will call your parents and tell your daughter or your son not doing the homework or not attending the university. It's all up to you. You are too independent there. No one will care till you care about yourself. It is self-study. And now Yoldaş Matu Jasmina was saying the point.
Yes, I see that aside from study, some students are work, and therefore they have little time to study. From work,
yeah, they are employed.
Yes.
Yeah, we know many people who work and study at the same time. Okay.
Lack of responsibility. That because of they pay for the education, they don't.
Yes, fees, uni fees.
They will not go to the learning centers as we try to enter the license.
Participate in lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, they do not participate. That's the difference between the students at the university. Some students, they come there to gain knowledge, but some people go there just to pass the exam. And just to pass the exam, it means you have to get the 40 marks.
Their main target is to get the diploma, and that's all.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of types of diplomas we have at the university?
Red?
No.
Magister and baccalaureate.
Yes.
You have distinction. No, you have distinction, merit, and pass.
Merit?
Could you write
Merit? What is their
merit, not
translation?
Marriott.
Yeah.
Merit.
Malika, please write it on the desk.
Okay, you have distinction.
What does it mean, distinction?
It means you studied excellent. You have 70 plus marks.
As me.
Like
all of them 70 plus. And you have merit.
50 to 70, right?
Merit is 60 plus.
Merit.
And you have pass. 40 plus. 40 plus.
But what
So
if
the students,
pass minus 40? Like
if you get
20.
less than 40, it means you don't graduate university. You stay there.
They want yours.
They give the list where will be written. You listen to all lessons in the university.
Yeah, they write down in your diploma one of these, and that's how your employers will know how well you studied. So the students who they do not study enough, they aim for the pass, because pass is enough. Doesn't matter what's written there, you have the diploma.
Maybe because of in universities training education more entertaining, and that's why most of students don't get study enough.
It's not entertaining, trust me, it's not at all. There is nothing to entertain at university. I wish they did, but they don't. Look, they're self-study more. No one will tell you, even if the class you sit there and you chat or you do something, the tutor will not tell you anything, will not tell off. There, no one will control you, no one will care for you. You have to study, you have to pass this exam, you have to learn that one, you have to learn this one. No, it's all up to you. Due to this independence, due to you being out of control, you don't study because you don't understand the importance, as no one explains to you what to do and have to work harder. And Next one is most of the university tuition fees are quite high, right? Not all the families can afford to pay this amount of money. So that's why you work. You want to help your family, or you want to work for yourself. It means you don't go to university that often. You want to just pass and help out your family. So because of the tuition fees, you don't study that hard. Do you have people who disagree with this statement? That no, they do work hard.
Someone is watching TV and it's making me to get angry.
They work hard, but in a way, how you explain?
What makes you feel like students, they work hard?
I don't know. I just kind of
because there are some students which begin studying university by their own knowledge and they yes, budget, yes. So they don't want the lose of new education and get higher marks, so they study.
But some students work hard in the way to get a higher mark. And I thought that they work harder because the program is more difficult than we have at school.
Yes, the program is harder compared to school or college. So some students, they really try harder to study, but it's hard to catch up because there's a huge difference. It's like going from kindergarten to university. You just make this big jump. So someone's TV is on in the background. Please turn off your TV.
Camila
That would be great.
I think.
Who?
Camila.
It's not me.
I think it's Alimov.
Yes, it's
because
making me to get angry.
Yes. So is it clear I have to write this essay for you?
Yes.
Yeah, do not take both sides. If you tell me discussion essay, I will not check it.
Miss Malika, let's show other types of essays.
What types of essays?
Those advantages outweigh the disadvantages and question essays.
Yes.
Part question. It's
two-part questions. They are the most easiest, and we did it 4 times. So that's why I moved to opinion essay because they are more common. But okay, next lesson I will prepare for you advantage, disadvantage essays and the 2-part questions.
And can we discuss during the essay what we have to include in a body 1 and body 2? Because when I see the question, I always confused about what I have to write in a body 1, in a body 2. I mean, sometimes I have to write the both sides advantages, but in another way I have to write different. I mean, they
okay.
Don't
I got your point. Pros and cons essays, they are divided into 2. Sometimes they ask you to discuss both pros and cons. Sometimes they ask you, do the advantage outweigh disadvantages? Sometimes they ask you directly your opinion. So next lesson I will do the advantage disadvantage once more.
Okay, thanks.
What part of the exam?
Use of English.
Thank you. Use of English. This is the first part of your exam. How many minutes you should spend here?
5 or 10.
15.
6.
15.
I would spend for one question 1 minute. And how many questions you have in use of English?
15.
So it means overall you have to spend 15 minutes, up to 15 minutes. You can spend less, but not more. Okay?
Okay.
This use of English part, I will give it as a homework. The reading, it's actually the same as as the use of English. One question should take you up to 2 minutes. So it's 1 or 2. You look at the question and you spend your time. As you have 1 reading, how many questions will have 1 reading?
3.
Three questions. It means for the first one, you spend 2 minutes because you have to read the whole text. But for the second and third, as you are familiar with the text, you have to spend 1 minute. So aim for maximum 2 minutes per question. Do you see the reading, or do you want me to share it on Zoom?
On Zoom.
Sharing screen.
It's not visible? Okay, I will share it.
Visible, but it's quite smart.
Okay, I will share it. It's not a problem. You see how paragraphs are very small. They are short, they are divided, and you have bullet points over here where they highlight the key points. So when you are instructing to do something, you use this style of writing, this style of structure. So from this one, you can know that it is about the instruction even without reading. So it's the first hint for you. When you call 999, be prepared to wait, ask for specific service, ask for the operator, use the mobile phone. What you should be doing?
B.
A1.
A1. A1?
Yeah.
How do you know it's about prepare to wait? What does it tell us from here? It asks you when you call 999 and an operator will ask you which emergency service you need. They will ask you. So
Remote.
Ask for specific service.
Ask for specific service.
read the first paragraph and all of you give me the one answer. Not only few people, but be sure that your answer is correct.
Must we say sentence?
So your final answer is?
B1.
B.
B1. Yeah, B1 is the correct one. Okay, the word aid in the last sentence means?
Help.
Answering these questions help us to give important first aid advice while our staff are on their way.
Help.
Help, yes.
Okay. Now read this one. Read the text and answer to the question. Choose the correct answer by circling the letter A, B, C, or D.
Advice.
A1.
Okay, first sentence. The Union of European Football Association has begun disciplinary proceedings against Russia Football Union after total unacceptable sin. Okay. Now they are telling us they're informing us, yes, the news.
Yes.
Okay, and then the last sentence are telling earlier in the day, England, Russia, and local fans were embroiled in clashes with the riot police, with several being taken to hospital. Are they discussing here?
No.
Describe.
Have issue?
Oh, there
No,
are
we
how
don't
many?
have an issue here. They are not describing and they are not advising for sure. So yes, they are informing us here. Yes, they are informing us. The word which in the second sentence refers to, here, be careful, it's very tricky.
I think
Refers to what?
Charges against Russia.
Charges Russia.
Charges against Russia.
B1.
B1, yes.
All agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
Well done. You are smarter than my previous class. Much smarter. The word fans can be best replaced with people, players, families, or supporters.
Supporters. D.
D.
These supporters?
Yes.
Great. Now next one. Here, as you can see, no more than 4 words. You can kill yourself, but don't write more than 4. And also read this part also, in order to answer to the question. Okay, there are just weeks to go until the biggest event on the British festival calendar. It's a British festival, but It doesn't say that it will take place exactly in written. Does it? Thank you. It's worthy part. Worthy farm will open its gates. What does mean opens its gates?
Ворота откроют.
So it means it will be there. It will take place exactly there. So it's worthy farm is the answer. So sometimes your answer can be only 2 words. Next one. How many people will attend the festival?
150.
150.
As our 150.
Yes. You have to have the word as over. Over there.
150.
Yeah. When do people have to leave the event?
Monday,
27th
27th.
On Monday, 27th June.
What does mean the festival kicks off?
Начинается.
Yes, it starts.
It starts.
Yep.
Заканчивается.
And on Monday, you have to leave. Okay. Now next reading.
Apply online.
Yeah. Yes.
Play online.
Yeah, apply online. Here is the answer. That's the way that you can join. Next, how long?
1990. From 1990.
From 1990.
1989.
No, 1990.
Happiness of Common Register Charity.
Okay.
Yes.
Since 1989 and has received grants and sponsorship from?
From
1990.
1990.
It's saying when did it become a charity?
1989.
Why you think it's 1990?
I think it's
1989.
89 years.
Because
It's 89. Since this one, it was self-governing and registered charity. And from this year, it started receiving the grants and sponsorships. Next one. What has Shakespeare done for the English language?
Transformation.
Transformation of the English language.
Major role in the transformation.
Can you give me incorrect words? What kind of words would you take from the text to answer this question?
transformation
words
of
and
the English
Transformation of the English language.
Transformation of the English
5
language.
words.
English language, yes.
Which play did Heart of Gold come from?
Elbow room.
Henry V.
No.
Henry V.
King John. Elbow room.
Henry V.
Please do not shout the answer. Let others also to read.
Yes. Give me opportunity, please.
Yes.
I agree.
Henry V.
Henry?
Henry V.
Henry.
What? Because
it was 5. I think it's we.
it's 5.
Yeah.
I have to look at the comments over here. Elbow room was about the King John, and Heart of Gold about Henry V. Tower of Strength about Richard III, and Wild Goose Chase about Romeo and Juliet. So here you have to be careful with the commas. And last one, how old was modern English when Shakespeare started writing?
Less than 100 years old.
Yes, 100 years old.
Less than 100 years.
Yes, less than.
If I write just 100 years old, would that be correct?
No.
Less than.
No. You have to give the full answers here. Yes, less than 100 years.
100 years old.
Now look at this task 2.
We did that, right?
Yes, we have done it.
Yeah,
And those ones who didn't, can you take a look?
Oh, I like discussion essays.
Yeah, they are easier to write.
Yeah.
There's lots of words, those arguments. It's good.
In introduction, I can make more words than 50.
That's true because you have to compare the sides.
Yes.
Okay. Here, the new students, for you, no, not only the new students, the students who didn't write an essay for this topic. Would you be able to write this essay on your own?
Yes.
Yes.
That would be Lola, Islam, Sofia, Durdona, Mirvoisit, Samandar.
I haven't written an essay for this theme too.
Yeah, because before you used to be some lazy kid.
Yeah.
Okay, if you haven't written an essay for this topic, then I highly advise you, highly recommend you to write an essay for this one. This is from 2016, past paper. This topic
Very
was
old.
there. So now if you like a screenshot, and of course after the lesson, I will also send it to your groups, to your channels. It's a good essay to write for you.
In that moment, we were able to write 200 words at least.
Yes, before it was 200 words. Then in 2018, they made 250 words.
Miss
And they made
Malika,
it at least, yes?
in exams, the examiners mostly give essay for such themes, yes? Global
Yes.
climate change.
Yes, they love such topics.
I hate these themes.
Because in 2016, in 2017, those years, this climate change was the biggest problem. But I think this year it will be more about online
Coronavirus.
education. Yes, about virus, about these things.
Yeah,
So
I think I'm
that's
checking.
why let's more
Something for IELTS also.
the same applies for IELTS, but IELTS is it doesn't stick into one topic because IELTS exam is every day. So they will mix up the topics. They will not concentrate into one topic. Whereas Lyceum, they stick into one. And I want to tell, in the exam, every year they make some changes and they don't tell to outsiders. So when you go into the exam hall, something might be different. For example, the word count might be different. They may ask to write email for 200 words, not 150. Or the structure may change. First, maybe they will give reading, then they will give use of English. Or as you can see here, the use of English in 2016 was like this one. You have the test format, you have to just circle the answers. But in last 2 years, they are doing fill in the gaps. So it may change. So that's why when you go to the exam hall, don't be surprised to see some changes because it happens. Don't get nervous, don't panic, don't get worried. Because it doesn't matter how they change the format, the context stays the same. They are checking your grammar, they are checking your vocabulary. So that's why do not panic, please, because while you panic and calm yourself down, it will take some time and you don't have some extra times in spare to panic and sit and cry. After the exam, you can cry, you can panic, it's okay. In the exam hall, sit still.
Спасибо за пожелание.
I'm being really honest. Students, they lose themselves in the exam hall, and trust me, it's the place when you don't want to be embarrassed because all your friends are there. Imagine you get accepted and you will be called as a crying girl because everyone knows that you cried there.
Malika,
yes.
The tasks may be how to say easier, yes, because of the quarantine.
I don't think so, especially if it will be online version. And I know that most of you, it's for your heart to do the homework online, and you hope that it will be paper-based, and I hope too. but you have to be prepared for the worst and do your old homeworks online. Like on Word document, you have to type more, not write on your notebooks.
Miss Monica,
yes?
It means that in this year we have more essays about virus and quarantine, yes?
About virus, about education, about online education, about the difference of education, distance or traditional. So the focus might be for this one. So, but we will not focus on one thing. We will do lots of topics. Now look at vocabulary 1A. And Asadbek, by the way, what happened to your introduction in B1?
Excuse me?
In your essay that you wrote, you have introduction and B1 combined together. What happened to them?
I
You forgot?
No, I did forget. But I wrote
it got
really
stick
fast.
together?
I was in hurry up.
Okay, please next time separate because you gave me the heart attack. Okay, now look at the vocabulary 1A.
Flu in the face, it means to летать перед глазами.
Yeah. Something that came to your face. What is heresy? Yeris. It's almost the same translation.
What is this?
In different words. It's like
ерунда, абсурд.
Когда вы во что-то не верите, вы пойдете в заблуждение, можно и так сказать.
What does it mean redundant?
Redundant? It's like when you deny, when you don't want to admit.
Infamous, it's ashamed, yeah?
No.
Незнаменитый, неизвестный.
Незнаменитый. Yeah?
When I saw it in vocabulary, it was written ashamed.
No.
Позорный.
Shame, maybe. Can you put them in the correct places, these words? Oh, by the way, do you know the muttering? No one asked this one?
No. Muttering.
Это когда вот кто-то ворчит. Или бормотать, можно сказать. Sure.
Galileo was to have problems with the church in his day. The ideas of Charles Darwin foreseen.
First one is infamous.
Heresy.
It's infamous.
Yes.
Please be careful. Do not rush to answer. Use the words for all. They cannot be repeated. You got the word heresy, right? It's something that's hard to believe.
Yeah.
What do you think the first one is?
Infamous.
Infamous.
No.
I think infamous.
No, look, ideas. Charles Darwin's. Who's Charles Darwin, by the way?
Infamous. First is infamous.
No. Idea. Look, идеи не могут быть незнаменитыми. Тут речь идет о идее.
Presented.
The ideas of Charles Darwin were seen as heresy. Thank you. Если бы тут речь пошла бы о человеке, то тогда можно было сказать infamous, но тут речь идет о идее, поэтому нельзя говорить, что это было infamous. It's heresy. Second one. Darwin's ideas about evolution
Flew into face.
Flew in the
flew
face.
into the face. Yes.
The face.
Next is resented.
Now third one. Of the chart, and there was much
Muttering.
muttering. Yes, бормотание. Yes.
Number of frequent.
There were certainly a number of
Infamous, I think.
Yes.
Yes, infamous.
Infamous.
Yes, in famous meetings. And last one.
Resented.
Resented.
Now look at this one and you have to match them to each other. Certainty and truth. Here it requires from you lots of thinking. Please do not rush. It's not intermediate level, it's upper intermediate level exercise. What about others?
I have finished.
Not yet. Have finished?
Not yet.
Okay, let's wait a little more. Sadbek, have you finished? First one, you really don't have to take it.
D.
Which one from
D.
No.
I think E.
I think it's D.
E1, I think
It's D.
E1.
My word.
D.
One,
Yes.
E1.
Really?
D, my word for it if you don't want to.
Okay.
There is no denying.
Yep.
Z.
B. That sort of behavior.
F.
Maybe it's
B.
F.
If.
That's the story. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it says absolutely amazing, so no denying. What does it mean, denying?
Отрицание.
Yes. Okay, the truth of the
C. Fact,
C.
maybe.
E1.
E.
E1.
Whatever people might say, the fact,
A.
The.
it's not A.
It's E.
It's E.
Remains.
Number 5, in actual,
Fact.
B.
Fact.
Yes.
fact.
D.
And there is no
Doubt.
A.
doubt.
Doubt.
There's no
Well
doubt.
done. Now these ones. Do you know these words? Misheard, mispronounced,
No.
misquoted, misspelled, misunderstood, misused.
Except two
Okay.
words.
Okay, what is
Misquoted.
misheard? What is misheard?
Расслышать или прослушать?
Yes. Когда вы не все услышали. Okay, misheard. I misheard your conversation. Mispronounce.
Когда что
Неправильно.
не так произнесли.
Да, неправильное произношение. Misquoted.
I
Let's
don't.
quote.
I don't know.
Quote это
Quote.
цитата. Misquote means вы неправильно
Неправильно процитировали?
Yes. Misspell.
Когда они
Неправильно.
правильно произнесли.
Неправильно писали.
Да.
Misunderstand.
Неправильно
Поняли,
понял.
что
Непонятно.
Да, вы не поняли. Misuse.
когда мы не используем что-то, да?
Использовали.
Когда вы неправильно используете.
Да.
Okay. So now put them into correct places.
Business misuse one.
The first one is not
And
misuse.
No, 5.
Not
First one is
5.
misspelled.
Yes, it's
Miss-
misuse.
misspelled the first one.
Misspell, yes.
Yes, misspell.
First,
Misuse. First one you think it's misspelled. Okay.
First one.
Second one.
Miss-
Misheard.
Misquoted.
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 Yeah,
Because it's saying from the film, lines from
I
the
know.
film.
Name is unusual.
Third one.
Miss.
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 Mispronounce.
Or misunderstand.
Mispronounce.
Mispronounce. I know my name unusual, but why do people always mispronounce? It means when you, for example, if some person from abroad comes with some unusual name, of course, for us, it's hard
know
to
such
pronounce
person.
correctly. Number 4.
Misunderstood.
Miss.
No.
Misunderstood.
His accent is so strong, it's easy to...
Misunderstand.
Yeah, because of the accent, it's hard to understand. Okay.
Have been following.
Have been following.
Have been following.
That's have been falling.
Has late.
Have
Have
led.
led.
Have led.
Third one.
Have met.
Have
Meant.
Have meant.
Have
Have
meant.
meant.
Have also caused it.
Have also.
Number 4.
Have
Have
also.
also caused. Number 5.
Have
Have
spoiled. Have been spoiling. Has
Spoiled.
Has spoiled. Also correct. Number 6.
has arrived.
Has arrived.
Has arrived.
Has arrived.
Who
Experts
have
who
been
have
working.
Have been
Have been working.
Have been working.
Working. Okay, number 8.
They have seen.
Have seen.
Have seen. Number 9 would be
Have been waiting.
have
been waiting.
waiting. Okay. And number 10.
Have
They
Have
have come.
coming.
Have come.
They have come.
Yep. Do you have any questions regarding the third session?